Hello, welcome to another episode of Products. I'm your host, Michael Short. And in this episode, we get the fortunate pleasure of getting a demo of eLearnCommerce by Corrado Izzo. Now, typically our products episodes go for between, I like to keep them between 15 to 20 minutes. Now, this one has gone an hour over that. And that's because there's so much to this particular plugin. Now, if you're looking for an e-learning commerce solution, a learning management solution, I should say, then you definitely want to consider eLearnCommerce because there are so many features, so many things. And I even had to cut them short from showing us everything that it's capable of. So again, if you're looking for something like this, then or you're looking to grow into something that's really robust, then this is definitely a product that you would want to consider. So, without further ado, let's just jump right in because this is going to be a long episode as it is. All right, I hope you enjoy. All right, welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you back on. So thanks, Corrado, for joining us, and I'm looking forward for you to show us exactly how your tool works. I know we had a chance to talk in profiles, and so now I really, we get to go and deep dive into more about what you have to offer. So welcome.
Thank you very much for having me, and it's my pleasure to take you behind the scenes of this amazing plugin.
Awesome, let's do it. I can't wait.
Okay, wonderful. So this is a plugin or a solution we started building in 2014. So now we are in 2020, and over this period of time, we have been working on this solution, which is, as you will discover in just a minute, there are many components to it. So what did we do? We basically did the following. I'm a coach and I'm a trainer myself. And I've been running courses for about a decade. And I was challenged at a certain point to take my training online. And then I went out, as many of the customers that we have now do, and looked for solutions to take my courses online and to create my online school and academy. And so the solutions I found were all very limited. Yeah. And so I decided then to build a solution. And I've encountered many clients that actually did the same because many of these systems out there are very limited. What did I want back then? I wanted to have a platform that would be fully under my control, that I would own everything, including the data. And I wanted to have the flexibility to do things very quickly and in a very fast manner on my own. And what did I do? I looked at the big platforms like the Udemys and the Teachables and even like big custom-built platforms of big organizations like the Digital Marketer Lab. I really liked that one back when they first launched digitalmarketer.com. They had a very genius platform. I fell in love with that platform actually, and that gave me the go. And then I saw some other platforms. There was another platform from the Growth Institute. I think that's in Austin too. And a few other platforms, which were all owned by very big companies that have people on staff that manage and run these platforms. 2, 3, 4 developers full-time on staff that maintain, build, and I said, I want to have a platform like that, but I don't want to, hire the people to build it and maintain it. So what can I do? And so with this idea and vision in mind, I went out there and started building this platform, planning it in 2014. The idea was I want an expensive platform for a very small price. I want to have a platform like them, but I don't want to, hire staff to keep it and maintain it. And a small plugin was produced that would enable me to publish courses back then. I released it and it was a big desire in the market, and over 1,000 people signed up without even like any advertising. And some of these customers are still with us. And that idea, that seed idea to build a platform that enables you to create like an expensive platform for a fraction of the price That's the philosophy that is the foundation of this tool that we have here. So this means that you can build something very easy, like, you can just take your course, put it online, and build an online course delivery platform, which is totally independent. And you can grow it up to an institute and academy platform. And we have many very big clients that actually do that and have platforms with hundreds of courses. So let me just show you a bit. So it's no wonder that big organizations like the, USPTA came on board, and there are many others, or this Vice President Dean School of Continuing and Professional Studies. Like, these are people that have very big training organizations. These are very big training organizations. And they appreciated the fact that this was architected from the beginning to allow you to create such complex and big platforms. I'm talking about institutes and academies. The tool gives you the flexibility to make that happen. So let's just go down and enforce this point here. So this is the basic idea of this, and that's one of the strong points of this tool, is that you can start small, and you can just get it and get your courses published. And you can, with the same tool, create a whole variety of types of platforms, which I'm going to show you in just a bit. You can start with a course platform, then grow it into a coaching platform, and then grow it into an institute and academy platform with very, with everything that you need there, like conversations, one-on-one conversations, a group conversation. You can create classrooms. You can have teachers. Each teacher you can designate teachers to specific students. So the tool, more than a tool, is an ecosystem that allows you to flexibly create anything e-learning on your WordPress website. Yeah, and it's all out of the box. That's a tagline I always use, like the top 1% teaching and training companies in the world today, because when we architect a feature, we look at what these custom-built platforms do. And then we translate it into eLearnCommerce for all our customers to have. So you can rest assured that when you come on board, you can start small, and while your business grows over time, the technology costs will stay low and maybe not even be so important. You have the same cost and while your business grows. Let's go. Let me open the features. And while this opens, I'm going to give you the 4 main differentiators, why and how this is different. I already told you that the whole approach is different than all the other platforms which you find out there in the WordPress arena. So, as I'm gonna show you in just a bit how these different factors here manifest. So the first thing is ease of use. Course building is a very frustrating experience on WordPress. When I first came on board back then, and I looked at how complex it was to build a course, and still today it is complex to build a course, I said, why so difficult? Why does this have to be so difficult? And the way that it was back then, and we brought a lot of innovation to the game here, is that if you had a course with 50 lessons, you had 50 pages, WordPress pages that you had to edit. So if you have a big course, you need to open 50 tabs in your browser. And it's just unacceptable. It's unnecessarily complicated. The course building with eLearnCommerce all happens on one page. We have a one-page course builder, which is not like the other course builders where you just have a navigation item where you can just drag and drop things around. But when you want to edit a lesson, you still have to go to that page and edit that lesson. With eLearnCommerce, you don't have that. Like the big SaaS solutions, which we modeled, our course builder in eLearnCommerce happens all on one page. If you build a course on Udemy, your course building experience will happen on one page. And so does the eLearnCommerce course builder. It works exactly the same way. I'm going to show you in just a bit. The other differentiator is that we have the same look and feel across all the different tools. So let's make an example. Let's say you want to build an online course delivery platform and have conversations there. What will you do if you don't use eLearnCommerce? You will use some other tool that will give you the course building ability, and then you might use another tool that will give you the conversation ability, and then you might use a membership plugin that gives you the sign-up forms and everything, and now you have these 3, 4, 5, 6 different tools made by 6 different companies that all have a different kind of interface, and it looks not like it's not a cohesive experience. It doesn't integrate from the look and feel into one another. You have disconnected pieces. Yeah, with eLearnCommerce, you don't have that because all the conversations, the forums which you can create, the courses themselves, they are designed and it's all made out of one piece when you install them. So same look and feel across the whole experience. The other very big point here is the single neck to choke versus many necks to choke. If you build a platform using any other tool out there, an e-learning platform, you will have the situation where, again, like I just said, you have the courses in one tool, you have the conversations in another tool, the sign-up forms in another tool. So for very advanced platforms and even for very simple platforms, it's very easy to end up using 3, 4, 5, 6 different plugins made by 3, 4, 5, 6 different companies. And so what happens in a situation where you update something and then something breaks, which in WordPress happens very easily? Now the time waste starts. You have to now first identify who is the culprit of these 6 plugins you installed. Is it that company? Is it that company or that company? A lot of time goes by this way. So now you start and you contact one company and they will tell you, no, it's not us, it's this other company. And then you contact them and they will say, no, it's company C and company D. And so I myself spent a lot of time playing this game, of contacting all these support channels. And in WordPress, very often support is not like immediate, like on big platforms. You have to wait a few days, and it's very easy to waste many days and weeks. And I see it every day where people spend months trying to identify issues, especially if you are just a beginner. You just start, yeah? You don't know WordPress so well. This is like a very big issue that you can encounter, a very big roadblock, and many people just give up, in this situation. With eLearnCommerce, you have one neck to choke and not multiple. You are not in this game. You just contact us, and because we produce all these tools, we can help you solve them in a matter of minutes. We have a very great support. Sometimes the same day, sometimes the day after. You just contact us. The other problem in WordPress is what I call the updates scare. What happens? I saw very big membership sites, very big sites that have like 150,000 visits a month. Yeah. And if you go into the back end, they have a situation where they have 70 plugins or 60. It's not special. Yeah. It happens every day. Or 40 plugins. And all of them are outdated. Some of them are outdated. And I asked them, why don't you update? Because I'm scared. Because I paid already a lot of money, to actually put it up and build it. And I had to pay that agency and that developer and that developer. And now I'm scared. I don't want to update it because if I hit the update button, and it happened before, I'm going to break things. My site is going to go down. and weeks go by. Yeah, with us, you don't have this issue because one neck to choke. When we release an update, even if there is an issue, yeah, you can contact us. We can fix it in that moment, and we have a very solid track record where we have done hundreds of releases. I don't have the exact number, but hundreds and hundreds of releases since we started. You can check the change log. We release every other day. We do a maintenance release or an update. If anything happens, you don't need to be scared. We are there and resolve it straight away. The big scaling unknown, yeah? So this relates to the argument I brought forth before, yeah? Where you can start small and then scale your platform. Many people that start building or wanting, they have the intention to sell their knowledge online or turn their knowledge into what they know into dough. They just start out and they know they can create a course because they downloaded some lead magnet and they get this idea that they can do a course. So what do? They just look for a system that enables them to create courses. So there is no plan behind it at that point. And I was in the same situation, So I start buying that tool, and then I start buying that tool, and I start buying that tool. I don't even know where the voyage might go. I don't even consider the idea. Many people, or like 97, 99%, most of the people that start, they don't think about, if I start now doing this course, what will I do in 3 years or 4 years or 5 years from now? Yeah. And so what they do is they buy the tools and they build the platform that satisfies their current needs, but don't plan ahead. And so the situation happens very often that they build a site and they get 500 members and or even 1,000 or even 1,500, and then they start hitting the wall. Which, when you don't start with the thought of, I need a tool that enables me to scale, that can handle even like 150, 200, 300,000. I need a set of tools that enables me to handle these various challenges that present themselves when I have a situation like that. I need a tool that helps me in my current one. When you don't plan like this, you will hit walls and you will waste a lot of resources. I have seen it so many times where you start with a set of tools that is good enough for a small membership site, but then as you scale, you will find yourself in a situation where you have to build and rebuild again and again and again. And it happens every day where a membership site grows and the systems don't hold anymore, or the solutions don't hold anymore, and now they have to take their site down. They have to pay another developer. I even had someone the other day where they said, okay, the plugins didn't do it anymore. We had to spend $25,000 to just build our own because we didn't know that eLearnCommerce would enable us to actually get such a platform going without that big investment. Okay, so it's always a good habit to plan ahead and to know that you can scale your business using the same set of tools. And using like this fragmented approach with many different tools, you don't have this kind of liberty in growth, or like ability to grow your platform. And what we do, number 5, and I will show you in just a bit. Since we started, we always ask the question, because we have very big customers that use this platform on very big sites, how can we make this tool very performant? How can we optimize the code? How can we remove the clutter? How can we make it very slim, very fast, very performant? How can we optimize the load times? When we develop, during development, we always ask these questions. How can we improve this? And so since 2014, we have practically in coding, there is a term refactoring. we kind of refactored the whole app, which is very vast, yeah, 3-4 times. We just, faced with specific challenges, we said, how can we make this even better? And we just said, okay, we need to redo this from scratch, while we had all these customers out there that were using it on their platforms. We refactored the whole app in a very systematic manner 3 or 4 times, and now it's very fast and very performant.
Crazy.
For example, like I just want to make you an example here. Like, this is your platform, right? So this is a course that is built on LearnDash, and we migrated this over just the other day. And I just want you to notice, this is on the same server, the 2 tools on the same server, eLearnCommerce against LearnDash, and you will see, click 1, 2, 3, 4, lesson opens, yeah? And I do now another click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now lesson opens. That's that's kind of the performance you have there. And while we were working with it, we said, "Oh, this is very frustrating to work in such a tool." Now, we have many clients that came to us and said, since they moved to eLearnCommerce, they can actually work on the content much faster. I mean, if you have an institute or an academy that you built with eLearnCommerce, and you have 50, we have some customers that have over 200 courses on their platforms. It cannot be, where you click and it takes 4 seconds for a lesson to open. Yeah. So now let me show you. We have this is a standard course here. So just notice, I click on the lesson. There. Click there. Click there. Okay, so you can see that there is a difference. This is, we take the process and we optimize it, and we've been growing this app and reworking it so many times and optimizing it that you now have a beast of an LMS system that enables you to create very big platforms with very big traffic and have it be very, very fast, even if you have vast amounts of content and courses, exactly like the big custom-built platforms that you have, from big organizations that run on a server. The big difference between WordPress and the SaaS platforms is that the SaaS platform is running on an optimized server, and it's very fast and very performant. Now, WordPress platforms, they can be running on like 1 million different hosting environments, and we need to guarantee that the app performs well on a very cheap host, and on a very good host. Obviously, it needs to perform well in all these scenarios, yeah. And we always give our best and keep it very performant and always rework the app. The other big difference is that with all the other apps, you have one type of course. We have 8 different course types on the platform, because what is a course? It's just a format. Like, you have vinyl, CDs, DVDs, and so with knowledge, you need to package it into a course. It's very limited to just have one type of course. Mm-hmm. Knowledge is not like a one-size-fits-all thing. You need to have the freedom to just combine things as you want. And I might need to package knowledge, into a checklist. So this is one format where it all started. I really love this. I saw this the first time with digitalmarketer.com, and they had this execution plan. And this is a course that happens all on one page. You can simply click, and you never leave this one page. You just go through it, and you can go through each lesson. You can then, check mark it. Yeah, and just you never leave this one page. It's kind of a checklist type of course. Then we have another course type, and that's the standard course. It's the commonly known course that you see everywhere. You just can put pictures, a video, and anything else, and you just can go from lesson to lesson, yeah, like this. Then this is a course that is composed only of videos. So if you have, for example, just a series of videos, could be YouTube videos, could be anything. I saw companies use this, for example, to showcase testimonials, where they have testimonials, and here you can have a number of testimonials, and you can embed this anywhere on your site. Yeah. Then we have another course type here, which is the one-off course. This is a course which is composed out of one lesson only. So you can just put a video, you can put a picture, you can put anything, you can put text. And the great thing about this is that you can index your video. So you just can click, and then the video starts at the jump link you set in the backend. Yeah.
The world into two groups now. Jeremy Bentham, the great utilitarian
I love this speech here by Ken Robinson. And this is really great if you want to, like, you have very long videos and you want to just index them and make it easy for your audience to skip through them. Again, something that big platforms have, which doesn't come out of the box with like the smaller platforms or in the WordPress arena. Then we have LearnMap. And here we have, it's again a course that happens all on one page. You can just open it like this. And it's great if there's no page load. So no matter if you're on a mobile device or an iPad, you just can open and close this course type like this, and even check mark it. You can drip feed these things out. There's a very advanced drip feeding feature that is built into eLearnCommerce that you can use. And I'm just going to tell you about something else as well, because there is a great feature that we have built in here. So this is a challenge course. This is great if you want to create like a 7-day challenge and you want to use it as a lead magnet to get people signed up into your program and just get them into your deal, into your learning opportunity, into your offer. You can create a challenge course, and there is a series of mechanisms behind it where they can sign up, participate in a challenge, and if you use a tool like ActiveCampaign, you can, or even now in Fusionsoft, you can tag them along the line. You can have them sign up for free, use it as a lead magnet. They can share it online as well with others and create momentum and get other people to sign up for it as well. So you can create this challenge course here, yeah, for example. It's another format. It has these tasks here at the top, so you can teach them something here, and here you just want to make sure they got the concept, and then you just they can check it off. You can give them tasks and to-dos here as well. And this one is a focus course. This course is composed out of a curriculum here, which is a list of lessons. Yeah. And when you start learning, what happens is that it takes the whole screen, and now they can easily even have conversations with the on this lesson. We have these conversations in here as well. This, for example, is a group conversation. You can also then go and not sure if this is good. Yeah, you can actually go here and navigate to the other user's profile. So that again is a big difference in our whole approach. When we built this, we want to enable you to build something like Twitter. We want to enable you to build something like on a conceptual level. We want to enable you to build something like Udemy. we want to enable you to build something like a little Facebook for your niche, yeah, and have the ability to create a social experience. You can create a social learning platform with this as well, where every user has a profile like this with a background cover photo they can customize with a picture, and they can speak with each other and leave comments, reply to each other, and it happens all on your side, away from the distractions of Facebook, where they see who else is like what they ate yesterday, and these kinds of distractions. No, they happen everything on your side, on your platform. It gives your brand. Customers tell me always like their brand comes across in a much more powerful way because building a platform like this can cost up to $50,000. And if you look out there, that's the budgets that you see here. With eLearnCommerce, you can build a $50,000 platform for like a fraction of the price. Yeah, you can start with $17 a month. Yeah, and for $97 a month, you get everything like these big platforms have. You don't need to spend that budget. I see a lot of these budgets out there on these custom development platforms where agencies mingle and they want to get the big clients. In e-learning, we have these budgets of up to $50,000 and even more dollars, and they want to have features that are very similar and work in a very similar way to what I'm showing you here. The other thing here is, on Facebook, you have a profile, right? And while you are navigating Facebook, you are getting served ads. Other people are actually paying money to show you those ads, and Facebook makes money with the ads. We all know how that works. The same kind of idea you want to also make true on your own platform that you built with eLearnCommerce. You want to give your users a home. They need to have a profile that they can be proud of, that they can customize, where they can meet people that are learning the same kind of thing that they are interested in learning, which is what you teach, right? So you want to give them a home, you want to give them a profile, the one place they always come back to, and you want to use this also not only to teach them something and improve their lives, you want to also use this to sell them new things. It could be your tickets to the next conference. If you have traffic, and we have very advanced statistics that show you when people log in or how they log in, we could do a 1 hour only on that. Very advanced statistics. They come back in, they log in, you can sell them tickets to the next conference, or you can upgrade them. I will show you in a bit how that looks, to the next level of your membership. You can do many, many different things here. So let me show you this. Now, one very strong point, that eLearnCommerce has is this flexibility with combining content like nothing out there. Yeah, nothing out there enables you to do that. And what I mean is that you can have total freedom on how you will combine your knowledge. Imagine, what is knowledge at the end of the day? It's something you can package and create a product out of, a knowledge product, right? If you buy a camera, for example, like $1,000 or $2,000 camera, the box arrives, and then you have the camera in one place, and then you have the other piece there, and the AC here, and you have the manual here, and then some other thing there. So you have all these different pieces in one box, and knowledge is kind of the same thing. Sometimes to package knowledge in an efficient manner, you need multi-sections, multi-lessons structure, where you say, okay, I want to convey this knowledge properly to my audience, I need to structure the learning journey in a way that I first teach them this, and then I teach them this, and then I teach them this. And this is where the course structure, modules and sections and lesson structures, it originates from this idea. I need to package it into a thing that makes logical sense and take them from A, B, C, D along the line so they can learn whatever I'm teaching. Sometimes, though, that's not the case. Sometimes, if you have a very, like a complex platform or even a simple one and you want to have all flexibility, you might say, okay, I have this piece of knowledge here, which is one lesson, and I need this to be independent because I need to use this in different places, in different ways, right? And I might need an execution plan, which is a checklist at one point, and then I just need a video in another point, yeah? So what I'm saying is, I'm just want to introduce this massive flexibility feature that we have. You can actually embed courses into courses with eLearnCommerce. You can say, I package this lesson into a one-off course because I'm going to use this on a page all by itself, but I want to have the freedom to embed the same course in the lesson number 5 of this Learn Map here, okay? And this Learn Map, I want to put it into a lesson of this execution plan. And this execution plan needs to go as a whole unit into a lesson of the standard course, as we saw before. So I can combine things in a very flexible way between each other that gives me a lot of freedom to structure and architect my content in whichever way I want. This is another big difference and another big freedom that eLearnCommerce gives you.
And that's pretty powerful. You're able to do that.
Exactly, yeah. So the other systems have one course only. So yeah. The whole approach is this, because on these big platforms which are modeled, be digital marketer, because these CEOs that conceived of these things, like Ryan Deiss, yeah, these are like amazing content marketers. They come from content marketing, from information marketing. They know that content is not just courses, and knowledge is not conveyed only through a course. There are different content types which are suited best in different scenarios. So a course is a type of way, is a way to package up knowledge, but so can be a PDF and so can be an offer. Let's just show this. eLearnCommerce doesn't have only courses and lots of them. It has also content types. And we have courses, we have videos, we have ebooks, we have offers, we have assessments, and we have list items. So let's just go and check this out, because this is a fundamental difference. So all the courses I just showed you, we have 8 different types of courses, and then we have videos. So this is a video archive that I can create. So let's just look at how this looks. Here we go. Good. So I might want to create a video archive of webinars. For example, Digital Marketer had this. Now, here we have only a title. There's a space to put the subtitles there. Let's say I want, on my page, create an archive of different videos. And so I can create just an archive like this, which works like this. And people can just go through it. And I can put like even 50 videos like this. This is a way that I can package my knowledge and create a video archive. And that's a type of content you can create with eLearnCommerce. Then we have the ebooks. And so I have ebooks which look like this. I can put a cover and I can put a download button here. And this cover, I can design it in whichever way I want. This is another content type. And I can make offers to my audience. So, because, see, you are not only selling content to someone. When you create a platform, you have human beings that come and they want to learn what you teach. And depending on what you teach, they will have specific needs. Let's say I create a SEO academy, for example. So I create a course about how to search engine optimize my business and website and everything. Now, knowledge needs to be delivered. At the same time, they have also the need of using specific tools. So while they are on my platform, again, as I said before, I can transfer knowledge and I can transfer also opportunity. This means I can make them specific offers. You know, if I have a site with 10,000 members or 20,000 or 30,000 or even 1,000, I can go in and say, hey, I have this membership site, why not offer them a deal? And I can create an offer content type, which has an image, a special deal, and I can create these presentation cards. And then I have assessments, which are very flexible, very powerful. I'm not going to show that. And then I have list items as well. So at the end of the day, I can create all these different types of content. And the way that I then present it to my audience is by doing something like this. I create an index page. And index pages are a core feature that we have, and they are very easy to create. Because one thing you want to make sure, when you build a platform, you want to have everything a click away. You don't want to create a situation where they have to go to a lesson and a sub-lesson, and then they have to go somewhere else, and then something else is there. You do want to avoid such a situation which distracts them and even overwhelms them. And so these big platforms, they did a great job in achieving this by creating these on digitalmarketer.com. It was called Lab. Yeah, and what it is actually an index page. This is how we called it. It's a knowledge treasure chest in a way. It creates this psychological effect that when you have all this knowledge that is so neatly organized, so that you can reach everything in just a click, people they treasure it. You know, they want to keep it. You know, if you organize things, because people don't find stuff, they lose things. It's a very busy world. So when they come on your side that you built with eLearnCommerce, you have these index pages and you give it to them right then and there. You know, you just have courses, and then you have these presentation cards with courses. Then you have ebooks, then you can make them offers. In this case, this is a membership site platform. So we have the different modules here, and we just make them this offer. And we can give them also resources. In this case, what did we do? We just created these presentation cards, which are connected to the course. And I can then, forward them out of this place here into a form. In this case, we are building platforms for clients as well. So they can just click here and land on our page, or I can send them to my Facebook group. If they click here, they get redirected to the Facebook group, yeah? So I'm not gonna go there now. But I have this flexibility, and everything is just a click, yeah? And this is the way it works. So now let me show you how this, the one-page course builder looks. See, so there is a kind of a loop which you can build here. And this is what this is amazing. So while they learn here and go through the content, they have this other content which they own as well, always present. So now if you create a membership site, for example, where you have 3 levels, free, paid, and free, silver, gold, platinum, my free level members, they could be going through this material, and the silver, level content is visible here, but in this, it would be grayed out now because they would not be able to access it. And they would always have this other content here, which they cannot access. And sooner or later, while they go through this stuff, they will click, and there is a mechanism built in. The upselling of content is built in. They click, you can then redirect to a sales page. The sales engine, which is our membership solution that we built for eLearnCommerce, takes care about this. They get on a sales page, they buy, then they get redirected back, and they have access to all this content that was always there, like, waiting for them to be bought. And this is a very strong psychological sales mechanism that is built into the platform. All these marketing features of upselling content, upselling memberships is already built in. For example, here, this is a membership site platform, and each one of them has a, there is different levels. So now I'm currently on the free level, and I have these other membership levels here. This is just a dummy site. Yeah, again, you see the ad. If I click on this one, I could redirect them to a sales page where they say register now. A full sales page, I can set that, they buy, and then they get redirected back. So this is what I meant before with, you want to transfer knowledge, but you also want to transfer and make it very easy for them to upgrade while they are in your site. And as you saw, everything is just a click away. Yeah, it's not far away. So now let me just, I want to show you something. Let's just see the course builder. Now I see this because I'm the admin, I'm logged in as an admin. So while I'm going through this course on the front end, I see that I need to edit something in the 5th lesson. Yeah, what do? I just click on edit course, and then the backend opens. And while it loads, okay, I'm going to show you just in a minute how this works. So you have here the build. So I have all my lessons. This is what I said before. This is the only platform that has such a builder. All other platforms in WordPress don't have this. All of them don't have this. You find such a builder on Udemy, on Teachable. You don't have this on WordPress. It's an incredible challenge to build something like this and have it run stable, even with like 200 lessons. This is the one place you need to be to build your course. You don't need to go anywhere else on your platform. It all happens here. Let's say I want to, the 5th lesson here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just click on the eye icon, the lesson opens. I can edit here. I just can add stuff. I can add media, like writing a blog post. Like if you can write a blog post, you can create lessons with eLearnCommerce. And then instead of just, hitting the update button, because that's another big issue with all other systems, because they use pages every time you add even like a tiny thing. Like I add this and I need to save it now. I need normally on these other systems, hit the update button, and then I need to wait for the page to load again. Now we build a quick save feature in here. You just click this, zack, it's saved. And now you can go and continue editing or doing whatever you want. Just put videos here, put everything here. And this is how this works. Everything else about this also you do here. Let's say you do a course as a learn map that we saw before, and now you want to change it into another course type. With one click, you do that here. You just change between these different course types with a single click. You have the settings here. You have the payment settings here on one page. You can update the images here that we saw on the front end. And you can redirect to a sales page. If I would, for example, let's say I build a course, it's not ready yet, but I want to show it to them in a members area, I can just put a custom URL here. Let me see it. I think, let me just correct this. Yeah, this is the custom URL, sorry. This is the custom URL which you would put here when they click on the presentation card in the front end that we just saw on the start. They would be then redirected to a coming soon page. For example, this is the page you want to use if you want to create a separate sales page for that course. Yeah, you just put the URL here. You take a builder, any builder you like, Elementor or Thrive Architect. You just create a sales page. You put that here, and now when they go to the front end on this course, test your platform, what would happen is they click start, they are redirected to the sales page, they buy, and then they are redirected back to the course. Now, if you, for example, have a site that is a online course delivery platform where you have a course, that's how you would do it there as well. Now, the evolution of this is the content delivery platform. And the thing that makes it different is that it has a different type of index page, which includes a search feature. Now I just, one setting in the backend, I can decide how many tiles I want to show here. I could say, okay, I want to have 4 on one row, then these tiles would get a bit smaller. Yeah. Again, I'm on a level right now that does not allow me accessing this course. So let's see what level I'm on. My membership status is I'm on free membership right now. So obviously I just put some placeholder text in here. I can just make my case here. Okay, if you buy this, you get this, 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 and this. I can put the price, I can put a picture, I even can put a video in here and make my case make the sale happen while they are on the platform. I'm here, I cannot access the content. I click on this one and I'm redirected to, again, like here, if you want this, you need to buy this or this, So upselling is just it's inside there. We made it very easy to put this together. Now, let's say I'm a big training organization and I have I have 200 courses and I need to organize this in a very efficient manner I need to make it visual. There's not a lot of content here. We just did this to showcase this. I can then go and sort by categories. I have all these categories that I have here, I can just sort them by, this is free course. Okay, what is free? I can choose here private messaging, yeah, or I can just go through it like this and go through. It can have even 7, 8, 9, 10 different pages. Now you can, for example, also in the backend decide how this pagination should behave. Display as 10 or 15 or 20 courses on one page, because you want to have this ability. For example, if you have 200-300 courses, you want to have the ability to decide how many courses should be displayed maximum on one page. Otherwise, the page loads forever. If you have 200 courses, it's never ending. So you have this flexibility here. So this is an index page which includes a search. We have a search as well as a shortcode which you can place anywhere on your membership site. For example, I could just, at the top here, put the search bar. Or I could create another page and this is what comes out of the box. But I can also create, because each one of these course content types here is a shortcode. I could add my ebooks, I could add my offers, I could add all my courses, and then I could use a page builder and just build my very own index page the way that I want it to look. So I would then use a WordPress element, for example, and say, okay, display me 3 ebooks. And then I can build it up in a modular fashion and make it look the way I want. With the shortcodes, we have a lot of flexibility here to do whatever you like. Let's carry on. So this is a beautiful profile. So they can put their links, they can network with each other. If you have a platform with a lot of content, they can even bookmark content. The completed courses that they completed appear here, and the ones that they progress through as well. They come on today, and this shouldn't be having a lock, but this is just a showcase site. This needs to be corrected. So I don't know, they come on your platform and they go through a course, and now they are, life is busy. They just a week they are not online. They come back in, they log into their profile, and they continue where they left off. This is already part of the thing, so they can easily then go back and continue where they left off. Now, the other thing I want to show you, or I wanted to show you, is one thing. We are just scratching the surface still here. Let me show you this. So let me just show you this other thing. This is a coaching platform because we have many coaches that use this. So on a coach, I could do my index page here, my library of content. Then, users could have a profile. And what the tool enables me to do, for example, I have a welcome video. I just put this one here, where I just teach how you can plan a platform like this in 1 minute. And it's a method, right? So you can check this on the YouTube channel. If I'm a coach, for example, I want to automate the whole coaching services delivery, right? So when I can design this depending, and I have total freedom, again, back to the scaling that I talked about in the very beginning. If I start as a membership site, I can do that. Now, after I run this membership site successfully, the logical evolution is coaching, right? It's one of the steps or possible steps. And I could be there 2 years or 1.5 years after I start. I'm now say, okay, now I have students, they are successful, they create results with my courses. Or let's say, now I want to make sure that even more students, are successful with it, with what I'm teaching. And I want to add a coaching part to my business. I want to evolve my business from being just an information marketing business to a coaching business. eLearnCommerce enables me to do that. This is, for example, a profile that I would create. While you see here, this is a very simple one where I have the menu points, just the membership status. I can go crazy and just do whatever I want. I can put a welcome video here. I can make it very easy for my students to book time, and I can embed a calendar, my Calendly embed here. I can make, as you know, I can embed a Calendly embed here and make it paid, depending on what kind of levels I have. I could be running a coaching business where the free level doesn't get one-on-one coaching, the paid first level doesn't get, silver doesn't get coaching, one-on-one, and the gold doesn't have it, but platinum has one-on-one calls. So I can decide, for example, which one of the levels sees which menu points. I can decide that, and I can design the whole platform and to fit my needs. This is my class, so I could be in a group coaching scenario here, where we have a client that has a self-development institute, and so she does launches, and she has 100 and 150 students which come in each time. I think she had the first launch was 50, then she got to 80, and she is already in the third launch. So now she has students here that talk with each other. They get to know each other. Like on Facebook, they can navigate to other profiles. They can even private message each other, because that's another feature that the coaching platform has with this private messaging module. Now, there is a messaging center here, which is looking very similar to the one that Facebook has, but Facebook obviously, I don't know how many hundreds of developers they have working on it, but it works the same exact way. I could be going to another profile here, in my class. I could be going to his profile. It opens, I can send him a message, yeah? And now he's in my messaging center. I can now talk to him, yeah? Exactly like Messenger works. Now, when I send him a message, I can I can mention him. His name comes up. I can just write him a message. He gets a notification by email. He can log back into the platform and have a conversation with me away from the social networks on my platform. I own it. It's mine. And the doors are closed. There is no distractions. If I teach tennis and I teach you tennis secrets, the conversation happens here. There is no like pictures of what I ate yesterday or puppy dogs or things like that. You know, it's a very focused way. It's very high value to have this kind of ability. What another mechanism that is built in here and which you can design is that there are weekly, like, or even daily, weekly updates which go out. For example, if a conversation happens among a number of people, you can actually keep them up to date. We send an email out. Yeah, in this conversation, a comment was added and you were mentioned. You get an email which is generated by eLearnCommerce. You click on it. You can jump back into the conversation. And the amazing thing is that you can customize these emails. This is very powerful. These big platforms out there, they work in a way, you know, when you get like, I don't know, you get a Zoom email or what's an example? Like Facebook did send those emails out in the very beginning. You get like the Facebook email with the mention, and then below you can run advertisings for your next event, for example. And you know how many hundreds of emails are being sent. We have platforms that send like 6,000-7,000 emails every month, just because of these kind of actions people take, because they talk with each other. And the open rate on these emails is amazing, because I'm having a conversation about you because I'm in a self-development course here and I need to make important changes in my life. I now finally found a group of people that is on the same voyage and like me, and this conversation which I'm having with you is highly relevant to me. You know, it's not just an advertising email. So you can, you know, kill, like, this is really like catching two rabbits at the same time, because you can facilitate meaningful conversations between you know, people that are on your platform, and at the same time advertise whatever you want to advertise, and do it in a very subtle way. And those emails will be opened, those emails will be seen, and clicks will happen because you don't have this kind of open rates on, you know, on just email marketing campaigns, and it's amazing. Let's just carry on. But this is something else. So let's say the evolution is you started as a course. You started because you did a course delivery website. Yeah, you just did one course. Now, 3, 4, 5, 6 years later, yeah, you have the necessity that, you know, let's I don't know. Let's make an example. You are a business development coach. You start with doing courses because you want to enable, entrepreneurs to grow, right? So you create a course like this, and you are very experienced. Now you help many entrepreneurs, and a few years later you want to create a team training platform, because now you know, businesses knock at your door and say, hey, I have a team of 10 and I need you to train all of them at once in a team, you know. And you can do that with eLearnCommerce. Yeah, for example, we built in this state-of-the-art scorecards, which in high-level, high-performance coaching, it's a tool that is used to measure KPIs. Because if you have a team of 10 people that you need to train, you know, you have 10 departments or even 10 areas that you need to train. And how can you keep track of that from a distance? Scorecards enable you to keep track of that.
Is this a feature built into your plugin, or is this an add-on that you had to develop?
This is a module. It's a team training module that you just dock on if you need it. Yeah, you just add to it. Yeah?
Okay.
So you can set goals. Let's say you are training the sales manager of the team, and now or the sales guy, and you need him to make a specific number of closes every week. You can keep track of that from a distance and set a goal. Okay, you need to get 7 customers each week, and you can then have him put all the scores in here, and you can train them from a distance. You then have these beautiful charts which are being generated. Yeah. Now there is not a lot of data here, but this is how that looks. We have administration because he's the team manager. So you would have a team manager. You have the owner of the team, which buys you the team training program. We could speak 1 hour just about this. I just want to scratch the surface about this. This is state-of-the-art team training ability here. We have many platinum customers that use this and which train hundreds of people with this tool. Yeah. So we've been developing this with them. And this again is something that you don't even find on like very big custom built platforms. You cannot have something like this. But this is normally like here we did rebuild Excel. Yeah. If you go back to in a way, yeah. Because each data point is then tracked in the statistics, and we have it let me see. Yeah, we have it go full screen. I'm not sure why it shows like this. Okay, here we go. Yes, you can have it full screen and go small like this. Let's see how the whole team is doing. Yeah. Oh, that's team score, team performance. So we have now this team is doing amazingly well. There is a whole like team diagnose engine here behind this. Just in a nutshell, when you go and develop a business, you can develop an entrepreneur, that's one person. When you develop a business, you develop the whole organization. So what many business owners don't know is the answer to this question. Where is my business weak? Many, and I've been doing a lot of consulting in my time. Most business owners don't know this answer. We won't go into why that is. There's many reasons for this, but there is a big lack of clarity in very many situations. Now, when you use eLearnCommerce, what you can do, you can design a diagnose experience or a diagnose assessment. You can decide, you can create an assessment where you take them through a series of questions that touch all the different areas in the business. And at the end of the assessment, you can tell them very clearly which area is weak. Are they weak in the marketing department? Many business owners don't even know that, a business requires like, the presence of a specific number of elements. They don't know that. So if you use this, you can already create this immense value for them of creating this clarity. Okay, this is the people that are missing, or here is where your team is weak, and then decide where you deliver training to compensate which weakness. You start compensating the weaknesses first. And so what you do, for example, when you create a team training platform, you first of all need to ask the question, how does a well-performing team look like? How does it work? What elements are in place? And then for each one of these elements, you will create a training, a course, which is this. And what you then do, you diagnose for the weakness, and if you then detect the weakness, or when you detect the weakness, you will then deliver the specific course to that specific person of a member of a staff of 10 and compensate that weakness. And you can do that all from a distance with the eLearnCommerce and the team training module that is part of the whole ecosystem. Yeah. What's the time saying?
Yeah, we're there. We've been like, I think it's almost been over an hour now, actually. Yeah, your tool is quite robust. There is so much to it. It's very, very impressive. I can imagine we could
I
probably,
stop here because I could go on another hour and just
I
lose
believe it.
myself in it.
I believe it. We haven't even got into the analytics side of things that or you showed me or you had the webinar for the other day. So maybe we'll save that for another training because I know an hour is quite a bit for most. But yeah, this has been an amazing presentation about what your product. In fact, I'm actually more and more excited about the fact that we switched over to it. So now that I know we have so much more potential to grow. Let me actually bring my video back up. I turned it off just because we've had issues in the past with the Zoom thing, and so I didn't want to slow down the speed of anything or have things glitch. So that's why I turned off my face and volume. But anyways, yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much for sharing all of this with us today. Man, I almost feel like we could do
Thank you.
another one at some point and maybe show us more about like how the membership side of things work and the analytics. And I think there's probably a lot more that I don't even know about that you can share. So
There is always like it gets to a level where you now can combine things as you want. I mean, this is and the team is amazing. I mean, we set a very high goal, and I don't know how many all-nighters we did, and it's amazing. It's I'm impressed myself. It's incredible. Like and like seeing that there is platforms where you saw it in analytics. We have platforms where they have 6, 7, 8,000 lessons completed, and you see this is real people that sit like in distributed classrooms all around the planet, and they access this knowledge that is transferred with eLearnCommerce, and it's amazing. It's incredible, and it's all about empowering educational entrepreneurs. I mean, I would have loved to have something like this that I could just buy for a monthly membership years ago, and I know that many were like me, and I think this will make many people very happy once they, get in touch with it or become aware of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really.
I think now that they get a glimpse of what happens behind the scenes and how robust your system is, I think you'll see a spike in sales. I mean, I can't imagine that you wouldn't, just because this is quite a system that you built for sure. So yeah, thank you for taking the time today and sharing all of this with us. I truly appreciate
Thank you
it.
for giving me the opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely have to do it again. Like I said, I think there's going to be a part 2 to this because there's just seems to be so much more. And for those that are interested in really getting to a deeper dive on, we haven't even got into how do you use it. You haven't showed us like how to, this is not even a training course. You're just showing us what's possible. And it's quite impressive that you're able to do that and take, an hour and maybe an hour and a half even. I have to look at the schedule at the time, but yeah.
Look, I can create like learning paths here too, like content streams where I can create 24, 48, 36-week programs. And chain all these types of contents together. I can even embed a video right here. If it's a live training, it's amazing. I mean, yeah.
So amazing.
It's good. It's great. Wow. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm sure we'll talk soon. Have a great rest of your day. All right.
You too. Bye-bye.